Achieving success isn't the easiest task. Everyone wants to be successful in their own chosen career paths. However, not everyone really reaches the finish line. Not everyone can say in the end that they achieved what they set out to do. But with the help of this book, we can be better equipped for when we finally set sail towards our journey to success. This book is centered around the inspirational story of the self-made music superstar Russ. He is a successful rapper, songwriter, and producer. He is ranked number 20 for the most sold-out arenas across the globe, is included in Forbes' 2019 30 Under 30 list, and has over 1 billion streams on Spotify and Apple Music, all without a record label without him. In this book, we learn what exactly it takes to turn our lives into a success story. Here are the top 7 lessons from the book It's All in Your Head by Russ. Lesson 1. Believe in manifestations. We all have dreams and aspirations, but how do we turn those dreams into reality? Russ believes that his success can be partly attributed to how he thinks, speaks, and believes things into existence. He recounted that even in high school, he would write 100% on his tests before turning them in. However, if you don't pair manifestations with actions, the likelihood of them coming to life will significantly decrease. One has to really encompass the reality with their own being. For example, Russ went to Los Angeles claiming that they would be featured in MTV. Partnered with their belief in themselves and their music, they decided to keep insistently contacting MTV executives on Twitter. Due to their relentlessness, the executive listened to their music and loved it. Afterwards, they were featured on MTV. It may take a lot of work, confidence, and time, but if we start putting ourselves into the life we want, then we can take those feelings and put them into our work every day as we move towards our dreams. Lesson 2. Trust in yourself. We are all magicians. That's what Russ would like all of us to believe. Although a lot would say that they'd have to see something to believe it, Russ would beg to differ. He claims that one has to believe to see it. In short, one has to trust and believe in themselves to turn nothing into something. For instance, Russ traveled all the way to Tampa, Florida to play a show. Broken alone, he chose to trust in himself. On that day, he performed for 40 people, who might as well have been 40,000. Presented with his circumstances, he was still inspired. Many may become fearful of following their passions due to failure and what others may think. Others may also discourage us from pursuing our dreams. But if we stick with our dreams and refuse to fail, then we can eventually become like Russ. Of course, success doesn't happen overnight. We need to consistently believe and trust in ourselves to get where we want. Lesson 3. Stay with passionate people. Birds of a feather flock together has always been a famous saying, and it's not for nothing. If we surround ourselves with negative people, then we may start sprouting negative thoughts too. Russ also believes in this too. Growing up, he was surrounded by music-loving Italians. His grandfather played the guitar, and his parents always had music playing in the house. His dad would also sing while driving and play drums on the steering wheel. It wasn't a surprise that Russ caught the music bug early in his life. In high school, Russ was surrounded by friends who loved to rap. Although he never saw himself rapping and mostly imagined himself becoming a producer, he once asked his brother if he should start rapping. To this, his brother said yes. This spurred him to start rapping and writing music. Energy is contagious, and we should choose to surround ourselves with people who rub a little bit of magic off of them too. Lesson 4. Work hard. In his book, Russ recounts watching Kevin Durant when he was drafted into the NBA. He said that hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. This quote stuck with Russ as it dawned on him that he didn't have to be the best. He just had to work harder than his competition. No one really sees all the hard work one puts in privately. The hours NBA players spend in the gym and in assessing their opponents are never seen. But the public sees these players score 40 points in each game. However, Russ admitted that he didn't have the best work ethic. He never did schoolwork and quit his previous jobs in restaurants and other places. But why did he work so hard on his music? He simply said that music never felt like work to him. Persistence and confidence is what the world bets on. In his music career, Russ tried to recruit a lot of people in his and his best friend's group called Diamond. However, most of these people gave up whenever they didn't blow up. Russ learned that one has to work hard to get to where they want to be. Confidence and manifestations aren't enough. Lesson 5. Take a leap of faith. Success isn't cheap. One has to give up a lot of things like time, money, and other opportunities. Admittedly, chasing our dreams can get really scary. The fear of failure and rejection can become too much. However, we won't really get anywhere unless we jump off the cliff. For Russ, his leap of faith was when he decided to drop out of college. Letting go of a more stable life and facing his mother's disappointment, it's not exactly the easiest decision to make. But how do we decide to just jump off the cliff? Well, Russ suggests that we start thinking less and doing more. We begin to doubt ourselves because we overanalyze and overthink. Instead, we should rely on our intuition and go back to trusting ourselves. When we take a leap of faith, well, we should have faith in something or someone, and that someone can be ourselves. Lesson 6. Be vulnerable. Part of taking a leap of faith is becoming vulnerable with oneself and others. To Russ, vulnerability isn't a sign of weakness. Instead, he sees admitting his insecurities as a sign of strength. Additionally, this takes away any chance others could have to weaponize your weaknesses against you. He likens this to Eminem's final battle in 8 Mile, when he rapped about all the insecurities his opponent could use against him. In the end, his opponent had no content to use, and decided to forfeit the battle. When we become honest with ourselves, we become more relatable. If we listen to Russ's songs, they're like 3-minute autobiographies. He lays his soul down and shows it to the world. In a sense, he attributes his success to his vulnerability. Lesson 7. Show gratitude and have fun. Russ compares success to a tornado. When weather forecasters announce that a tornado is coming, we all prepare ourselves. We buy supplies, take shelter, and listen to the tornado uproot trees and anything in its path. And when the tornado passes and we emerge from shelter, we're still awed by what it has left behind it. This is what Russ likes to call the tornado effect. We all knew it was going to happen. We expected it and even prepared for it, but we're still surprised. This is similar to when success finally hits. Thus, it's important to remain gratuitous and humble when we attain something in life, big or small. Additionally, success to Russ isn't a destination but a journey. It's a continuous road of improvement and self-challenging. And lastly, we should trust and enjoy the process to keep moving forward. We can't really say we're successful if we're unhappy, right? If we keep trying to get better and continue to enjoy our journey, then we can keep at it forever. In conclusion, this book shows us that it takes a lot to become successful. We must truly believe in ourselves and our potential, surround ourselves with inspiring people, be bold enough to take a leap of faith, and to be continuously grateful for what we've achieved. By applying what we've learned, we can become better prepared for whatever life throws at us in our journey to success. Are you inspired by Russ's success story? How do you intend to start your own success story? Tell me in the comments section. Thank you for listening. If you like the book summary and you want to see more in this category, please like and subscribe so I can create more. You can also get a free copy of the entire audiobook by clicking the link in the description. Until next time.